The next thing is this. The Lord said that we are entering and we have already come to a time of great deception and spiritual wickedness. And all the world follow the beast. How is the world going to follow the beast? How is this entire planet going to be led to opt into following the beast and the beast system? And the word is simple. I talked about it in the beginning of the video. It is deception. It is controlling the mind with popular ideas, with propaganda, with craft. People, you have to understand. Let me read Daniel chapter 8 and verse 25 for you. Just a moment, please. I'll read from verse 24. His power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. He shall destroy fearfully and shall prosper and thrive. He shall destroy the mighty and also the holy people. Through his cunning, he will cause deceit to prosper under his rule. That word there is craft. And he shall exalt himself in his heart. He shall destroy many in their prosperity. He shall even rise against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without human means. So the word you hear used throughout this passage is the word shall, which means that something absolutely will happen. This means that you cannot pray the end times away. You cannot pray the beast away. You cannot pray aside the fact that it says he will have mighty power, but not by his own power. And how do we know that? Because Revelation chapter 13 in the first few verses says that the beast arose and that the dragon gave him his throne, his authority, and his power. This means that the beast will rise. No one will be able to stop the rise of Obama when he comes, and he will have power from Satan. So here is something that concerns me. The Lord will send a prophecy and reveal the name of this man and say that in the destroying time, this is the time when many Christians are going to be put to sleep against their will. God already gave the prophecy and said that many Christians, you will lose your life, not because you have done anything, not because you are at fault. He said we are entering a time of unfairness, a time of murder, a time when the beast will simply have his 15 minutes of fame. They will hear a word that the Lord has revealed how this man will move. And then they will say, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Evangelicals can see right through him and we don't like him and I just don't see it. He has to be popular, you see. The Antichrist has to be popular. And the Bible says he will prosper by craft. Think of a serpent in front of an infant. So this is a child sitting on its little bum. And this is an 8-year-old cobra. And this is the child saying, I just don't see it. I don't see it. Who is more aged? Who is more crafty? Is it this person that has a limited lifespan, that in the beginning of the lifespan, they can't think, and as they edge into old age, they also can't think? Is this limited being that only has a few years in the middle to show cognition and intelligence and has to learn? Or is it this thing that fell from heaven, that in the movies they refer to it as the destroyer of worlds because of how destructive, crafty, cunning, and full of spiritual evil it is? Is it possible to hear that a beast will arrive empowered by the devil himself, and then the 8-month-old will sit and say, well, I figured it all out and I just don't see it? When a man prospers by craft, it means that he's coming with spiritual magic, sorcery, and power that's going to cook the brains of everyone who is not humble, everyone who's part of the I just don't see it crowd, everyone who thinks that the outworking of these final, powerful, sweeping last days themes actually has to fit neatly within the four walls of the American political cycle. There are people outside this country that God has given dreams that show them who this man is. Not a single one of them are saying, well, I don't see how he could be welcomed by the church. He's going to cook the brains of the church because the brains of the church are going to be lightly steamed already by the coming of the false prophets who will precede the coming of their final father, the one empowered by Satan himself. By the time this man comes on the scene, people will be panting for his arrival. God has told me that most people won't even have their same memory anymore. Imagine that. A process that even I cannot explain because it has not been fully open to me, whereby the brains of people are wiped like a clean slate, and all of a sudden your eyes behold something that you hated a year before, but now you love it.